Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader, and I trade the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. I use many other resources as well, but I love to view the market through an Elliott Wave lens. So I'm here to help you see that myself. And so here's my count from BTC. We're going to dig into that today. So stick around and we'll show you what I'm seeing. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. That'd be you get daily wave analysis and daily kind of like a daily wave forecast of where price might be heading for the day. I do a lot of live streams as well. We also have a Telegram group that it's a trading group that you're welcome to join as well, where I give nightly videos or content. I'm just there for trading support and I um, help people learn how to trade better. I manage psychology a lot of times. Just lots of stuff that happens in that Telegram group that's super beneficial and worth every dime. You're welcome to just join up on the Patreon page. The information will be there, and we can get you added to the Telegram group just as quick as possible. We are trading this down to the south right now. This push up to the north is a fake out breakout. This is probably not a true diagonal. It's just making a diagonal shape. I'm looking for a push down to the downside today or tomorrow. It's probably beginning today, but we're probably going to have a slow trudge down and then a little push back up, and then we get our big candle tomorrow or something like that. So we'll see how the candles form today. Before I jump in any more detail, let me just remind you this isn't financial advice, not intended to be financial advice. So that being said, let's jump into BTC. Um, right now, let me just kind of get all these waves off the screen just a little bit and just kind of start with the basic count of this wave. Okay, right now this is my fifth wave of C. We have a very difficult count as it looks here in general, but in general, what I'm seeing is a three-wave structure here, a three-wave structure there, and we're getting our final three-wave structure there. In general, that's a WXY, so that's my major count right there. Let me see if I can get that to you. W, X, and Y. Now, so we're putting in the Y wave. That Y wave needs to be a three-wave structure as well. So the way I interpret that is we've got a three-wave right here. This is um, our first wave, second wave, third wave. Now, what that is important, right? But I've resigned to that's an ABC, the best I can tell. Okay, so my count right now is an A. I'm trying to put it on the screen. That's an A, that's a B, and that is a C. So there's my count right there. Without digging into that much too much deeper, we've rehashed that as it was being played out. That's my market assumption now. Now there are alternate counts out there, and but this is my primary count. So that puts us looking at this C wave as a five wave move to the downside. Okay, now so in that C wave, we need to see five waves. One, two. Okay, we're assuming this is three, this is four. Now we're coming down for five. Okay, and that's kind of my count right now. Now we understand, and I understand that could be off. Let me tell you a couple things that we're looking at. That count could be finished. Okay, now if this isn't an ABC, but rather it's a W, X, and a Y, and then let me show you another count that is a potential of one of my counts here. So if this Y wave is a WXY, which that makes a difference, this W wave would have to be three waves, which that's a really tricky wave right there. So that's one reason I have a trouble with it. The Y wave, we got any corrective structure for the X wave, and then the Y needs to be three waves, and the only way you can get three waves out of that is one, two, and then three, and that could be complete. That would be a complete correction. It would be done. Okay, so that means this would be A, B, C. This would be an A wave, a B wave, and then we're getting our C wave down. One, two, three, four, five, and it could be finished. Okay, so there's an upside count, there's a downside count, and there are even more counts than that. But I try to keep it as simple as possible for now. My major. I'll just be honest with you. Everything's looking down. I think we're heading down. We need to hit $7,500 in my opinion for the WXY. You know, right there to there. They generally come down to the one-to-one extension. We have not hit it. I want to hit that sucker. Now, the market doesn't do what Jim Pierce wants it to do, right? So, that being said, right there. I'm looking for $7,500. I want to get it right on the tick here, guys, because let's see if I can put the magnet on. Boom. Come on. I can't find it. No. Sorry, guys. There it is. Got it now. And then our last one here. If I get it right on the tick. 75.16, $7,500. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So I'd like to see that. That's my first and primary target, but I think we're going to go lower than that. Here, if I just look at this wave right here and pull an extension off of it, we've got a nice target of 72.39 for here for the 1276 extension here. Do you have this target down here of 62.50? And then that lines up with my larger, right here. That lines up with my larger fib count right here of the 1276 here. If this wave comes on down, we've got a target down here of 61.90. So those are my two targets there, or in that range there. But we're watching 75 and 72 first. Those are my first two targets. Want to see what things. So let's jump in this micro count in light of that. I think this is a fifth wave coming down. If it's going to be extended. It could be, but probably not. We had a nice extended third wave, so I'm looking more towards the 75 to 72 at the most. We'll wick down to 72 and then back up, or 73 in that ballpark. So let's look and see what we've got on the micro scale. Okay, so I'm assuming this is our fifth wave. That this was a fourth wave flat there. This to me I count as a three wave right there. W, X, and Y, or a 5, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. That's the way I'm counting that. Here, I don't like the way this is such a short retrace there, but there's a 1, 2. Again, I don't like the shape of that, but it is what it is. We do have this diagonal formation, and we did break to the upside out of it, but I believe it was a false break. I think this is a wave 4. So the way we look at that here is we're going to throw the fibs on the 1, 2, if it is a 1, 2. Always, let me get the magnet off of here. Always understand that it might not be what I'm saying, obviously. There we go. So here's the 1618 down here right at $7,500, and so we're going to bring our three wave down to there. So then we're going to sub count this third wave here and see what we can figure out. So let's zoom in and sub count that bad boy and see what we can get on a sub count here. Put the fibs on this guy. This is the first wave, a 1 and a 2 wave of the next. Here we have the, I think the 1618 is right here. So the way I'm counting this right now is that this is 1, 2, all of that's 3. This is 4. That's 5. There we go. So that's the way I'm looking at that. I'm looking for kind of a big push down to the downside here to get down here to our $7,500 region. It might come up short, but it needs to really kind of get down here to for this third wave to be valid for me. So we need to break this low here, guys, to really see some downside confidence. Okay, so I'm going to put a line right here. There, I'd like to see it break this low. I'd like to see it come on down and break. That wave is sitting at 77.57. So I'd like to see that. Oh, sorry about that. I'd like to see that broken. Okay, so looking for a 5-wave move to come to the downside. I think this 4-wave is finished. We may have one more little push up to the upside, but likely not. I think it's coming on down now. So looking for 5 waves to the downside here. That's my primary count. That's what I'm looking for. That'll finish out a third wave. We'll have a retrace here. That retrace could come all the way back up to here at the area region of this 4th wave, and then we have one more hit to the low. So that is a possibility to be aware of. The other possibility is that we don't have such a deep retrace on that 4. We have just a little hop in the road, and then we come on down if it comes down impulsively over the weekend. So I have to wait and see what we get, but that's my take on the market. That's what I'm looking at. I do not think, I was talking about this yesterday being a diagonal. I mean, it's kind of in a diagonal shape, and if it stays within that, then great. But if it's an ending diagonal, then it should be finishing down here around the $7,500 mark or so. All right, there's the analysis for BTC. Let's look at Litecoin as well. Litecoin, I'm still looking for a move to the downside. Let's zoom in or zoom out here, see the macro here. The macro count's quite hard, but I'm just going to break it down to this last wave here. Okay, I'm seeing a one wave and a two wave. Yeah, I don't like the delineation though there. This isn't deep enough. Okay. So it looks like Litecoin needs to make a three-wave structure to the upside. I mean, that's the way it feels to me, but I don't know if we're going to get it or not. This might be it right there. So it is a possibility. We have a three-wave structure here, got a three-wave structure there. Now we're going to get a three-wave structure down to the downside. It's going to correlate with Bitcoin's down move. Pretty hard wave structure there for sure. But right now this is coming to a corrective fib here, so that's got me a little bit of pause here, a little bit of pause. Like, okay, what's going on there? I'd like to see this come on down. This looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting the fifth wave of the third wave. Looks like we're getting. That's what we're getting. So the way I'd count this right now is getting the fifth wave of the third. So we'd count it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to get the fifth wave of the third wave, and that's just the third wave. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to look at this a little bit more. I think I have a hard time seeing that as an impulse, so that may not be a valid way to look at that. I'm just kind of giving quick picture here. Let's look a little closer here. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I can see it. I can see an impulse there. It just depends on where your 1, 2 is. You want a tendency to put this as the 1 and the 2. That is a possibility. In fact, the 1 right there, 2 right there, 3 here, or the 3 here, 4, 5. Yeah, that's an impulse. I'm okay with that. I just don't like this right here. That was kind of a nasty little candle there. So yeah, there's 5 waves in there. There's our 2 waves. Then we've got looking like we need to finish this third wave. So that's just like Bitcoin. To be honest with you guys, we've got to finish up this third wave. And so it looks like Litecoin and Bitcoin have to come on down. Eyeballing 75 to $7,600 for the bottom of wave 3, and then for Litecoin, we're eyeballing $50 for the bottom of this potential wave 3 here. Is it? No, is that right? Yes, that's right. I just want to make sure I pull my fibs right. So the third wave probably will come right over here. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get an extended fifth, maybe, if this is a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 extended fifth. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. For Litecoin, let's take a peek at Ethereum as well. Just kind of look. Still got this wedge here. Had a false breakout. It's coming back into it. Again, we've been calling this for the downside, except what I'm waiting for here is I need to see a three-wave move here that's proportional. So I've been looking for this move right. Oh, come on. This move right here. This is where I think we're coming down to eventually. So I'd like to see a nice impulse wave down to the downside today. Still targeting here this bottom 1-to-1 extension here of this wave right there. Wow, 123 to 138.88. The 786 might be a better target with the to stay within this wedge formation. So yeah, it's everything's looking down to me. That's the best I can tell. Everything's looking down to me. Be prepared for me to be wrong. If it breaks up, where would the invalidation point be? I would say that my invalidation point here is going to be about $8,200. I've got an alert set for myself there. I'm going to trade here from the $8,300 mark and going to the downside. So I'm still expecting that downside. I remained in the trade. I did not trade these individual waves, but just waiting for this downside. And hopefully we get gratified with a nice big push. If not, we'll stop the trade out at about $8,200. That's what I'm looking at. So, but that's the way I'm spending my money. I'm not telling you how to spend yours. And then we have to reevaluate some kind of an upside count and see what we're looking at. All right, I want to look at XRP with you just for a minute. To me, XRP has made a leading wave here. It looks to me diagonalish, though it's not a converging diagonal. It's just you got three waves. So it looks just like a bunch of three waves in there. It's diagonal. I want to say, how is it measuring here? It's measuring correctively, so be careful that it's not a correction. Could be. This is very impulsive to the downside. This could be a corrective wave and not 5 waves at all. We could measure it as a WXYXZ maybe. So be careful here, but it looks like we're coming down at least in 3 waves. I would expect at least a 50% retrace to a 60% retrace of XRP. If we got a 5-wave structure here and that's a 1 wave, then we should be coming down here. And that'll correlate with a Bitcoin down move as well to the 50 to 618%. Could come as low as a 786. So 26 to 23 cents, guys, is kind of what we're looking at there. So yeah, let's watch that and see what happens. But it looks like we're making, a nice 3-wave structure here. Most likely, if I had to guess, if I had to guess the wave path, and this is just a guess here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, something like that. If we're looking for some kind of WXY there or not. So let's see if it draw this bottom trend line on your screen. See if we break to the downside there. If we break to the downside, that'll give us a lot of confirmation to the downside. Let's take a peek one more time at the micro count of Bitcoin here. Let me look at the 5-minute chart here. There we go. Yep. We could be having one more push to the upside here, guys. A couple of ways I've drawn the fibs, but let me just draw it this way. Draw the fibs up to that point, then to this point. And so we could still come up to 81.27 if I draw it off of this structure here and call that some kind of an expanded flat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then it's bringing our fibs down here. So it just depends on the way we draw our fibs, okay? Either way works for me. It's close, so we might have one more push up here to the 81.27 mark in that ballpark, 81.30. But it should not surpass 81.70, I would imagine. If I put the fibs here, 81.90 is our, so that $8,200 mark is our alert zone that we might have an impulse on our hands. So watch out for that, guys. This all looks corrective to me. This all looks 3-wave-ish in there. So I don't have any reason to be confident with any kind of push to the upside here. I am not confident with any kind. I'm expecting a move back down into this zone and on down. Now, whether it happens today, I don't know. Saturdays tend to be lethargic and slow movers. The Sundays is when we get the big moves, so watch out for that. All right, guys, there's your market analysis. You guys have a fantastic day. Let me know if I can answer any of your questions. Like and subscribe, share the video, and don't forget to comment, please. That's really a benefit to the channel. So thanks for supporting. Sorry about that. We will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.